Okay, so now we're going to discuss the topic of roots and radicals. Just a way to say the same thing. Both of the words mean the same thing. So right here we have the square root of 90. So to explain what a square root is, it's easier if you start with what's called a perfect square. In other words, square root of 81, square root of 100. These are both examples of perfect squares because 10 times itself gives you that. 9 times itself gives you that. So I know the square root of 90 is going to be somewhere between 9 and 10, but that tells me it's going to be some kind of decimal. And it's going to be some kind of weird decimal, meaning it's going to be an imperfect square. So in algebra, when that happens, the first thing you usually do is simplify this down. You want to see what number is right here. In this example, there is no number. If that ever happens, it's always going to be a 2. Every other time, the number will be provided. Now you want to make a factor tree. Your factor tree can be any two whole numbers that multiply to this other than 90 and 1. So I could say 9 and 10. So for my 9, I'm not allowed to use 9 and 1, but I could do 3 and 3. And because I'm not allowed to use 3 and 1 for either one of these, we're done with those. Those are called prime numbers. I'm going to use the same process over here. So this 2 tells you to go and look at your underlying numbers. And if you can find 2 of a kind, you want to circle those. Those are always going to turn into the number on the inside here. If you don't understand that, think of it like this. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is the square root of 9. And it's a lot easier to see it now that the square root of 9 would just equal 3. Since those are left over, we just multiply those together. And the final answer, you're just going to bring those together, make your time sign invisible, and it's your option to either put a 2 there or not. 3 square root of 2.